This is the J-Hawks Sports Network, powered by Heartland Technology.
We are back for Game 2 in a doubleheader here in the South Gym at Jesup tonight. Jayhawks in direction of head coach Joe Smines and the boys into things tonight. Coming in at 9-5 overall, 4-1 in the NICL East. Faced East Marshall and the Mustangs. 4-10 overall, 1-4 in the West Division. Under direction of head coach Adam Bauder. So getting into this tonight and talking to head coach Joe Smines at halftime. We're going to see run and gun as Luke Baldwin joins me in the upper patio tonight.
Yeah, man. I'm looking forward to it. I love fast-paced basketball. Come on, what are you doing, Nate?
Nothing. Just trying to drown you out.
It's fair. I love the fast-paced basketball, man. I'm excited to see these two teams. Obviously, Jesup can get up and down the court. Looking at these two teams, it's both fairly small in stature, I would say. It's kind of hard from up here to really tell what I'm looking at on that side. But they don't have – actually, I can look at the sheet here. They don't have a kid over 5'10". So they got a 5'11". That's it. So for one of the few times during the year, we've probably got the edge on height. Yeah, it sounds – I've not seen East Marshall play, but it sounds, according to Joe, it's going to be a bit of a breakneck pace.
Yeah, he said it's going to be fast and furious. Very similar style of play. I think we're going to see back and forth quite a bit. It'll be interesting to see how many fouls are actually going to be involved when it comes down to it, and how these officials let it play out. All right.
Got a full cheerleading squad tonight. I always feel like we should name those, but I'm not very good at this distance. I'm afraid I'd get something wrong.
Well, let's give it to Dan Fox. At least get the lineups and the basketball end of things.
Senior number 15, Carter Anderson. A junior number 21, Landon Newrock. A senior number 23, Junior Brown. A junior number 35, Kale Hungerford. The Mustangs are coached by Adam Bauder, Justin Frost, and Greg Lee. And now, for our Jayhawks, a junior number 0, Jack Miller. A senior number 4, Brandon Goff. A senior number 5, Ryan Durham. A sophomore number 10, Ryan Toretto. And a junior number 32, Gail Chisel. The Jayhawks are coached by Joe Smines, assisted by Rodney Shilowski, Nick Donnelly, Michael Johnson, Brock Sabers, and Steve Schmidt.
All right, starting lineups in from Dan Fox at public address. Luke, you want to rack those up again?
Yes, sir. A senior guard, Adrian Arifi. A senior guard, Carter Anderson. A junior guard, Landon Neuroth. Senior guard, Junior Brown. And a junior guard, Kale Hungerford. And for your Jayhawks, junior guard, Jack Miller. Wow, we're getting right after it here. Senior guard, Brevin Dahl. Senior guard, Ryan Durham. Sophomore guard, Ryan Treptow. And junior guard, Kale Shizzle. I probably should give some numbers with those, but I'm not even sure you can make out the numbers from your perspective there. So
that's why we're here to
help
provide that information for you. So we're set to go tonight as Jesup does not get the first possession, as they did stop it quickly on that jump ball, and East Marshall has it as they move quickly on offense, looking for an opportunity to score, but quick defense by Jesup's going to allow a shot, but not any points.
Adrian Arifi with the floater, no good. Quickly back the other way, Jesup. They are going to ding. Yeah, they're going to get Junior Brown with the foul.
And Junior's been averaging almost 20 points a game this season, so we'll keep an eye on him and see how Jesup can control his play.
Floater by Miller will go. Miller will guard Junior Brown. Almost got the takeaway. That was Ryan Treptow right down in front of you here on the near sideline. Ball will remain with the Mustangs.
There's a Reefy at point guard spot. Treptow on the cover, and nice coverage by the sophomore. I'll have Miller bring it back the other way. A wide open long sleeves Durham as
long on
Cannon
three.
Oshner and Lenow called him over break.
Rebound, who else but Brevin Dahl. Ooh, man, set yourself long sleeves. You had a charge there. All you got to do is set yourself, take that.
We have found he wears the sleeves at home, but not on the road.
I can't deal with the I like the sleeves. I love the nickname too. I'm not knocking the sleeves.
I'm not sure if he does.
I don't know how he does it with them hanging down like halfway down his hands like
Right,
that. That would
right.
drive me nuts. Good kid, by the way, Ryan Durham. Very nice.
Jack covered tightly on defense, going to force a missed shot from Brown. There's Shizzle, back to Jack. That's 6 feet beyond the arch.
Had plenty of distance. That's a travel. Yep.
Treptow taking the inbound. Three-quarter coverage from East Marshall, holding that zone pressure. Back and forth on the offense. Dahl with a handle on it. Shizzle, he's 2 feet beyond that arch. No good. Landed East Marshall's hands.
So Jesup, a little cold from the perimeter so far in this game. That's going to be out of bounds. Hungerford stepped on that baseline on your right side of your screen there.
Still have yet to score, the Mustangs. Jesup, I would say, not struggling to get shots, just not dropping the ones they need. Treptow
Right.
baseline, sees an open Shizzle, back to Treptow. He'll try a three. Durham, he was right
Nice
there with
pass.
it. And Shizzle, actually Dahl knew where Miller was
Man.
as he was coming to the hoop.
That was a beautiful feed by Dahl to Miller. Just dumped it back over his shoulder, and Miller draws the foul, so he'll go shoot a pair. Yeah, you're right, though. The Jayhawks aren't, they're not really having any problem generating shots here. It's just getting them to fall and playing really nice defense as well. Caused numerous turnovers so far in the game. Jack Good won on the first, not the second.
Miller, an 83% free throw shooter. 5:25 to go, first quarter. And a little floater in from Arifi.
Pretty shot.
He's
Such
averaging 12 points a game.
Wasn't so long ago you never saw that shot in high school basketball, and now everybody shoots it.
Yeah, that was kind of Ethan Wyatt's little signature a few years back.
Yep. Shizzle.
Shizzle back of the rim. Threes to start going for the Jayhawks tonight. Nice drive in by Neuroth. And timeout is wanted, a 30-second timeout.
Well, Coach
Was wanted by East Marshall.
Coach Smines called it, man. There is no lack of action on the court here. It hasn't been overly fast-paced up and down, but we haven't had a lot of breakaway opportunities yet. But the half-court action is it's fast. Quick cuts.
No, you can keep going.
Nah, that's really all I had. That's it.
We've let the train has left the station. That's all right. I was just going to say, a week ago we saw Jesup beat Sumner Fred. Loss over at Dyke, had a rough fourth quarter. Got a big win, 87-22 against AGWSR on the road. And Friday they'll travel up to Oline.
Junior Brown back into the game, bringing the ball up for the Wildcats. Nice shifty move there. Can't get the roll, but
he found his way through. Struggled to get it to drop. Miller looks right,
Boom.
then looks at the hoop and drops it in.
Nothing but net there.
6 points, actually 8 points now for him.
Jesup into a full court press. You better locate, Junior Brown on the backside there.
Shooting 2. As that will be the second team foul for the Jayhawks in the first portion. Well, that's against Shizzle. Durham, the only other Jesup player with a free throw, or with a foul.
I think Shizzle was hoping for the charge there, but tough to take a charge when you're perpendicular to the guy you're guarding.
Junior Brown, a senior on this squad. Junior's a senior. Did you get that?
That's hard, man.
Yeah.
That's
76% shooter at the free throw line.
mind-blowing.
You had to think about that.
I did. Travel.
Well, Joe was talking about him earlier. He said, yeah, Junior Brown. I'm like, Brown that's a junior is what I thought he was meaning. But no, that's his name.
It was an AP had a junior.
Do I assume he's a junior and has another name? Should I make that assumption?
No, I think he is his I don't know.
His given name is Junior?
Yes, I don't know. Nice
Shizzle.
shot. I'm just glad he's not up here listening to this stupidity.
I know you don't do the game prep as much when I'm around, so you didn't quite get into that. Checking his genealogy.
Did you say I don't do the game prep?
You don't do
not
game
quite
prep.
as much.
No, or at all when you know I'm going to be here.
Shizzle with back-to-back three-pointers for the Jayhawks. Quickly down the court for the Wildcats, no good. Rebound, Jack Miller kind of takes it away from Yexley there. Yexley's like, hey man, that was my rebound.
Jumper comes out, Yexley with it, but there's Miller. Just kind of waiting down below as it fell out. He puts one up, gets it back, and finds a way to get the shot off again.
I think about had his ear ripped off on that one as well. Anthony and I are just shaking our head about the level of talent involved in all that. Kind of reminded you of yourself, didn't it, Anthony?
Real close.
Got a timeout by Coach Bauder. He's going to take a full timeout, discuss things with his crew as we see the mighty Jayhawk cheerleading squad.
I think they're going to do their little marching or jumping. East Marshall coming off a victory last week against BCLUW, 63-35. Lost before that to Grundy Center. They picked up wins this season also against BGM, West Marshall, and AGWSR. .243 to play first quarter. Coming up at halftime, girls coach Jordan Conrad will make his way up to the patio, and we'll talk about the 70-35 win Jesup girls earned tonight.
I want you to ask him about the final play of the first half. I want to hear what he has to say about that.
Okay.
I want you to, and preface it like I was a little unimpressed by your coaching on that final play of the first half.
I'll say Luke Baldwin was not as impressed with your coaching stature.
Jack Mill will bring the ball up the court for the Jayhawks over to Shizzle, who tries to make it 3 threes, no good. Wow.
And a quick give and go down the floor to
Leland Hamilton Youngbird. Man, the fact that he actually caught that ball and got it up in the air, that was impressive. That's an awesome name, by the way. Cleveland, Hamilton, Youngberg. I like
I
it.
hate to write at the top of all my papers, though. That's a lot of letters.
That would take a while.
That's why I shaved a couple off of mine and went from Nathan to Nate. Trying to reduce that down a little bit.
I went from Luke to Luke.
Luke. You probably just put Luke B. Miller across the midcourt. There's Dahl. Dahl yet to score in this game. You know, go with the three. Rolls around and comes back.
So we're kind of expecting a back and forth full court, you know, breakneck pace here, but it's turned into a bit of a half court game for both teams. That's a charge. No, getting called block.
Yeah, he really went after him offensively on that.
It's probably the right call. I thought he lowered his shoulder a little bit and threw it in, threw himself into Jack, but that's not an argument I'm gonna.
Like Jack was like, what? What'd you just do?
Youngberg with the shot, no good.
That was Jack's first personal. 3 for Jesup, and
yeah, they're going to reverse that.
And it will be Jessup's ball. Head official Greg Davies, I think, coming in and making that correction. Miller and by Brown, going to take a big three.
Boom, got it.
Take him up to 13 total. Been averaging 24 points, 30% from that arch.
Three ball, no good. Mustangs not much of a threat so far from three.
And Jack keeps drawing them out.
And if you compare that to Jack, it's stark contrast.
16 points for Jack, back-to-back threes. Just a junior on this Jesup squad, and he's been a key player since a freshman.
Nice kick out to Treptow, three ball, no good. Rebound, long shirt, long sleeves.
Ryan
right
Burton
idea. Yeah.
Try to get it to Yaxley.
Had some heat on that.
Quickly tried to ricochet it to his teammate. Seconds, first quarter. Slowing it down, looking for that last shot. Brown,
nice
9 feet in.
By Treptow.
Double team on that baseline. Long shot, no good from Hamilton Youngberg. But Brown tries a three that doesn't hit anything. 27-5 is that score. If you had looked at the scoreboard for a while, you were thinking it was more than that, wasn't it?
Honestly, this was billed as a closer game by a few people that I talked to, and this is not what I would consider a highly competitive game at this point.
Well, when you look at Cale Shizzle with 2 threes, you look at Jack Miller with 2 threes.
Yeah.
You've got one from Brevin Dahl. And we got to turn it over to Carter Rout.
Oh, yeah.
For his drum solo.
The myth, the legend, Carter Rout.
He's got a following. He's got a following.
Dude, I mean, I don't know. I'd be his groupie.
Oh, I know you would be. You drive the van. You'd be more like a roadie, I think.
Roadie, yeah. That might be a better way of putting it. Jack Miller gets his own rebound right back up.
You might get in more trouble as a roadie than a groupie. That's what I worry about.
I'm pretty sure I would, if I would have ever been a roadie for a band, I would not be with you today. I would have passed away many, many years ago.
Or we'd come visit you on the weekends.
Yeah.
Can only imagine. Real long shoulder length hair, I can imagine. Still.
Yeah. Nothing on top, but
Yeah.
really long around the edges.
More of a Montgomery Burns look to you.
I don't even know who that is, Nate.
Mr. Burns, Simpsons.
Oh,
Ryan Treptow.
I'm used to Mr. Burns. I'm not used to the first name.
I had to make it more challenging, I guess. 7:16 to go here in this second quarter. Timeout taken on the floor, and 31-5 again is our score. Looking ahead to the Jesup schedule, we did talk about coming up this Friday. They will travel to Owine, and then Jesup's second back-to-back opportunity coming up Monday, and they will face off against the number 2 team in Class 2A over at Appleton Parkersburg, and then come back with a road trip to Union on Tuesday, host Wapsie Valley in the last boy-girl doubleheader a week from this Friday, and then they've got 2 games they will finish on the road at North Tama and at South Hardin as they'll close out their regular season and head into the postseason.
I can't believe we're that close to postseason already.
Yeah, you come back after the holidays and things happen really quick. All right, East Marshall with that possession on the inbound. Newroth off to Brown, covered by Miller on a man-to-man defense. And he's going to try and find his own way in, up and under, no good. Chisel back to Miller, doesn't go out, goes in, misses that shot, under 7.
Miller looking for a foul there. Pretty quick shot by Brown there. I don't think Coach Bauder loved it.
Yeah, you're looking at a lot of back and forth, really allowing East Marshall to put shots up. And Jack draws the foul as he gets to the hoop. Taken to 18.
That's a heck of a shot by Jack. I mean, he caught that ball in traffic, wasn't able to bring it down. And to put that ball up on the move like that with that much touch to where it just floated in is pretty impressive. Extra three-point play.
83% free throw shooter. Up to 21 points. He's averaging 25, actually 24. And Jack defensively really trying to prevent that ball from getting to Brown. Really trying to keep him outside.
Oh!
Quick steal for East Marshall. He came out of nowhere.
Yeah, East Marshall's kids are plenty quick.
Reefy does get by Durham, doubled up and about 6 feet out. Can't get the shot. Treptow down to Shizzle, saw an opening, pulls back on it. Cross over to Treptow. Rim no good. He's sitting with 4.
Now we're seeing a little bit of what Coach Smines talked about, back and forth. But what I've noticed with East Marshall on their yeah, I don't hate that call.
Yeah, so Treptow a little more aggressive there.
Probably could have let it go, but I don't hate it.
Just the bench didn't like it, but
one thing I've noticed about East Marshall is they do not do a good job, or at least in this game have not done a good job of offensive rebounding, even going for it. And when you're not making shots, you at least got to get an attempt at a second or even third opportunity there. But As soon as that shot goes up, they're heading the other way. You see 3 out of their 5 guys were already down the other way. So
yeah, because you're
Jack
looking
Miller. Which, by the same token, I mean, Jesup's running and gunning, so you want some guys back, but Yexley into the game for the Jayhawks. I think Newroth in for, somebody just came in for the Mustangs.
As a team, East Marshall shooting 40% from the field, 42% is where Jesup's at, and maybe that's just part of the strategy of, you know, they've been making not quite half their shots, and it's just not falling tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, clearly they typically hit more shots than they're hitting tonight when they're sitting at 5 points with 4.5 to go in this game.
Ball knocked out by Hamilton Youngbird.
Yeah, I've seen about 4 of those cross-court passes now, and half of them did not reach their intended target.
39-5 here before halftime.
Shizzle 3, no good. Brown quickly back the other way.
Hamilton Youngbird, drop him in for 3. It's been a scoring drought since the end of the first quarter.
Treptow, I think.
Extended horn.
I like the
Yeah, that's a new feature.
I like the idea that Treptow had there, but the angle was not good.
Lindahl covering that 1. Hungerford angled out. Brown takes on his own, 10-foot out, no good. Rebound, Jack Miller. Shizzle. East Marshall still playing relatively tight defense, give Yexley an opportunity. And
Nice
Cale
take by
Shizzle
Shizzle.
comes around town and gets the 2.
I like Yexley taking that shot. Clearly not his shot, but I like that he had the confidence to take it.
It's probably something like that. He probably hits him in practice.
Yeah.
Like, you need to take those, Yex.
See, that one guy underneath and wasn't even really trying for the board.
No look to Treptow, loses a handle on the ball baseline. Turn it over. Up and under, no good. Reefy had that attempt. He's only got, I think we only have 2 players that have scored, actually 3 players have scored on this team for East Marshall. Yeah, Treptow wide open. Yeah, if you're watching this game and didn't have a scoreboard, you would think it's a lot tighter than what you're seeing on your screen, everybody.
Yeah, you would. That's Adrian Arifi with the 3 ball. Brings Mustang total to 11. 2 minutes to go. Shizzle 3.
Trying for that 3rd one. He had back-to-back earlier.
Jack Miller looking a little gassed.
Yeah, Brown's giving him a run for the money
Yeah.
out there.
And that's saying something, because you don't usually see Jack show any sign of exertion. Couple of threes for the nice pass.
I just want to see Yex grab it, just pull down on that
Hammer
rim.
it.
Yeah.
I don't.
Scream while he's doing it.
Is he a flat-footed dunker? I gotta imagine.
Might as well try it. Well,
Miller with the dunk.
Jack responds. I don't think he gave him credit on the full dunk on that.
No, close enough. He's tired.
He got some rim.
He's tired.
And I don't think he decided he was going to do it until he was right there.
Nice heads-up play by Arifi there to throw it off Brevin Dahl's ankles.
Anderson coming out of the game. He's a little gassed. Bring in Hungerford.
Long sleeve Durham back into the game for the Jayhawks.
Chisel blocks that one. Here comes Durham. Looks peripheral, finds Miller, gets the left hand.
Man.
To 26 points.
Closing in on, well, we're not going to hit a 50-point half for the Jayhawks, but
Jayhawks have been averaging 68 points total this season, and again giving up 56.4. East Marshall has lost by an average of 6 points this season.
Fouls on junior Landon Neuroth. I think we've got a bit of a shot clock issue here. Shot clock didn't start.
.35 on the shot clock, 35. They'll make it 39 on the game clock now.
Or maybe it wasn't the shot clock, maybe it was the game clock.
Brock Sabers down there, resident scoreboard expert, getting things figured out.
Yeah, Brock Sabers just received a nice award. The let's see, the Nickel East Assistant Coach of the Year, I believe. Don't quote me on the.
Might have been not conference as a whole, is it?
Maybe it was. Yeah, maybe that's something we can fact check. But it was a nice award. He's a heck of a coach. Period. But does an outstanding job as assistant. Spends a tremendous time on that field for one. So here, I didn't think we were going to get a 50-point half, and here we are at 50-14.
Coach Brock Sabers, 2022 Northeast District Assistant Coach.
There you go.
From the Iowa Baseball Coaches Association.
So congratulations to you, Brock Sabers. Very, very deserving.
That puts a lot of time in, not just with Jesup Athletics. Jesup Recreation is part of his role as well, and has taken that up quite a scale here the last couple of years since he's taken on that role. 50-14 is where we're at halftime. Jesup with that 23-9 margin as we await head coach Jordan Conrad.
So, man, I didn't even realize Coach Jack Miller already up to 28 points in the first half alone. Is he on his way? There he is.
He's coming.
There he is.
He's coming. So we will bring the headset over there again. As Luke said, 26 points for Jack Miller, leading the team tonight as Jordan Conrad makes his way up here to the upper patio. And Jordan, big win tonight, 70-35. And as it came in, you know, you look at their record, you look where they're at, their rosters, their youth. You've got youth too, you know, but they were competitive through that first half.
Yeah, they were, and we talked beforehand. You know, they're better than what the record indicates. You know, they've played some teams tough that we've played close games with. You know, they played Denver really tough. They had Denver down in the fourth quarter. They played Grundy Center for really tough for 2.5 quarters. So I mean, they can put it together when they're playing well, and for stretches, you know, they can. And the Neuroth girl is really good. I mean, she is really good.
Right.
And they got some younger girls to go along with her that, you know, next year, and that I think they'll be even better. They, you know, fundamentally they're doing some good things. They attacked well and in some situations that made us play good positional defense. So yeah, I think they're trending in the right direction though from where we've played in the last couple of years.
So Luke wanted me to ask you about the last play of the first half on the breakaway ball down the floor that they were able to convert.
Oh yeah,
that
end of
he
the
was
first
thinking
quarter.
that probably was not a way to go into halftime based on your coaching. He wanted to blame your coaching, but I said, no, let's don't give Jordan that.
Yeah, you can blame my coaching. Yeah, we were supposed to, the direction was to make him catch it in front of you, and obviously not to give up a deep pass. We were supposed to play behind and make him catch it in front of us, but it's good to learn in those experiences in games like this. So we'll take it as a learning opportunity.
Again, that was Luke's question.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
Let's make sure Luke Baldwin knew that it was his question. But anyway, Adriana Bolden, wow, what a night.
Big tonight, yeah, really big. It was great to see Adriana play well tonight. She's, tonight she was, had to be a career high for her. I think she had 25. I bet her previous career high was 14, 15 points. So yeah, absolutely huge night for her tonight, and she's done some really good things, throughout the year. She's had some tough stretches as well. Hasn't played quite as good as she played last year in stretches, but tonight she showed what she's capable of. Not only on offensive end, scoring 25 points, but defensively doing a really good job on the Neuroth girl, who is a really tough matchup.
I'm going to break here, as I didn't realize.
Mackenzie plans to attend Hawkeye Community College. Please give a round of applause to our seniors.
So we're honoring our senior cheerleaders tonight. Lily Devlin, Cassidy Fetterspiel, Mackenzie Fetterspiel. I think who else is out there in honors tonight. But anyway, sorry to interrupt that. But again, honoring our cheerleaders have put a lot of time and effort in as well in supporting boys and girls varsity sports here at Jesup. But I guess any comment, they're on the buses with you guys and around. It's good to have a support team like that.
It is. It's awesome. They're a fun group of girls. Some interesting conversations with them. If you ever talk to them about, we've had more conversations than I'd ever thought I'd have about each of their hair washing days. Like some girls are Monday, Wednesday, Friday girls, and some are Tuesday, Thursday.
Did you have
Saturday
any of those?
Girls.
Did you have any of those girls in middle school when you were coaching down there?
I did have a couple of those in middle school at a time. So I know a few of them from middle school basketball, and then just they're always riding the bus back with us from any events. So a little bit of time there to get to know them a little bit more. Good group of girls.
Yeah, it's great to have that opportunity. And then we were talking again about Adriana had 25 points, and Laney keeps going after it, 22 points. And I feel like she's trying to tighten up that gap with the Treptows. She's not used to, I don't usually see her shooting beyond that arch, but there was a little more attempt tonight.
Yeah, and she shoots it well from out there. Percentage-wise, she does shoot it well. That's one thing she's really improved her game on. Last year, I think she took a step forward in that, but we asked her to do a little more inside for us. And this year, she's playing more outside and showing off what she's capable of from out there at times, because we need her to take a couple every night, because she is capable of, she's capable of making 4 or 5, in a night.
So as we move into, the season, seemingly winding down, go up to Owine, but you got a 3-game road trip here happening with Owine, AP, and Union. Yeah,
none of them are easy, right? Owine, we played close. They got us in a 3-point game here. We got down early, had the lead late with the basketball, and they found a way to make some plays down the stretch. So going over to their place won't be any easier. So we got to be ready to go versus them. And then we go up to AP. I think that's next. AP is the next game at their place, and we played them to a 2-point game here that we had all the chances in the world to win. Another game we had the lead with the basketball, under a minute left, and we just couldn't find a way to close it out. So those are 2 teams that we had 2 of the same situations, like I said, with the lead, have the basketball, under a minute left, couldn't find a way to close it out. So hopefully we can find ourselves on the right end of those situations coming forward this next couple of nights.
You've got one less player in your team right now with Nesbitt out with her injury. And you've really leaned on some other people coming off for Branch. And that's something I mentioned to Jason Pilcher last week. The way you, throughout the year, will look at who's come along, who's improved. You're given opportunity on the floor, too, when you look at bringing in the Bose twins in for that opportunity, especially giving Emma that chance that she's had to really fill the role and find where she can contribute. Yeah,
Emma's really good, man. She's got a motor for sure, and that's what gives her a chance to be really good. And she's at times I don't know if she fully understands what she's capable of, and She reminds me, I've told a few people of this, she reminds me of Peyton McComb, just with undersized, kind of playing that 4 spot for us in a stretch 4. But
she's not hitting the floor as hard.
She doesn't end up on the floor as much, but she finds ways as an undersized player to just outwork people to rebound the basketball. More skilled offensively than Peyton, but a lot of similarities as in the ways they're able to just continue to fight and find ways to make rebounds.
And not really looking out for that either.
Yeah, yep, exactly. And and Jaden stepped in nicely tonight. She stepped in, got a few minutes against Dyke the other night, and in the first half, and then again in the fourth quarter versus Dyke, and then stepped in the first half again tonight. Knocked a couple threes down for us tonight. That was huge for her. That's got to be a big confidence lift for her. Sage Bain has been really good for us. She's really progressed throughout the year. She finished around the rim well tonight, but even against Dyke, we had a big lopsided loss, but I thought she did a really good job of competing inside with Peyton Peterson from Dyke, who was an extremely physical, tough matchup, Division I athlete going to Louisville, and I really did think Sage held her own against her. So we've relied on Sage a lot here on the defensive end to help us rebound the basketball and just, on the offensive end, screen, offensive rebound, score around the basket. And she's done a really nice job. So, at the start of the year or last year, had you said Sage was going to start for us this year, I don't know if I would have said that as of last year. Then as a couple weeks into the season, I thought, there's potential at some point this year Sage could be starting for us. And these last couple of nights, she's done a good job for us.
Well, Coach, congrats on the win tonight, and we'll see you down the road.
Awesome. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Head coach Jordan Conrad will return here in a minute on the Jayhawk Sports Network from Heartland Technology. Boys up at half, 50-14. Second half action here in Jesup tonight. Boys looking to do what the girls did in a dominating fashion. They won 70-35. Let's see what the boys can do here as we close out this game. 2 quarters to go. And it's 50-14. Jesup will be on defense as we start things off. And Luke Baldwin, Nate Clayberg here tonight. Anthony Bauer on the controls, Eric on camera. And I did sail you down and say it was your question to Jordan.
I knew that he was pretty worked up about that in the moment.
Yeah, I think at first when I brought it up, he didn't want to think back that far of it actually taking place. But he felt like he had to provide an answer to us.
I was watching. He was coaching exactly what he wanted him to do. It's just nobody was really taking his direction. And
Brown responds in the second half as he's had 19 points, or averaging 19 points this season. But that's his first basket tonight, believe it or not. Thanks for following the Jayhawk Sports Network from Heartland Technology. Following on YouTube or on Facebook. What do I need to do? Who do I need to talk to get the band to stay the whole time? We're going to make that happen before next year.
That's an age-old issue. I don't know.
Candy bar every night, maybe? I don't know. Jack Miller pulls that rebound down. Takes it back up. Builds on his total.
I'm not trying to badmouth the band or anybody here. I just never really understood it. I mean, you've got the game's still going.
Is it just one of those things of this is how it's always been? Do you wonder sometimes?
I couldn't answer the question, Nate. I don't know. I know it's been asked many, many times over the years.
It looks like I don't want to answer the question.
They do a great job. I love it when the band's over there playing.
Give a chance to perform and hear from them.
So I wish they were there the whole game for sure.
Baseline. Bring it out to Treptow.
Got it.
Assist from Chisel out to Treptow. Give him.
Treptow struggled from 3 in the first half, if I recall. Was that his first 3? I know he shot a few of them.
Yeah,
so
he's got 5 points now. I think he got a basket and a.
I think he was happy
3.
He looked happy to see that one fall as we see Brown take it and make it on the other end of the court.
Yeah, he didn't score at all in that first half, and now he's got 5 total.
Chisel.
And Chisel goes to the line on the make.
Takes it the length, goes hard, gets rewarded for it.
Cale Chisel at 14 total points right now. He's had plenty of opportunities getting that ball up. Has had success with it. Free throw wise, that one's going to miss. Whistle blown far side.
Treptow got a little too deep into Brown on that one.
That'll be his second personal. Second of the half for Jesup. In the paint. Break it out. Wide open shot. Hungerford misses that one, and there's long sleeves Durham. Chisel finds Miller, comes to him. Little double team on Jack.
Nice
into
pass.
Brevin. Little fadeaway off the box.
Beautiful. Beautiful one-hand pass by Jack Miller and Brevin. Nice move inside.
Jesup up by 40.
Brevin committed to play for Co next year. The Co Hawks.
Football, is that right?
Yep, I believe he's going to try some football, and his brother Brady, thank you, will also be back at Co. In fact, is he back? He might be back there right now.
He is. I think he was
Went
there
back
and
that semester.
Tried somewhere else and wanted to go back to Co.
Yeah. So be cool. Hopefully you'd see those two guys on the field at the same time.
New Roth gets past Dahl. And Brevin was in a position football last year for Jesup that, you know, on the receiving end, whatever role you need him to play in.
Long sleeves, knocks down the 3. But that's Brevin's MO, man. He does it on the court too. Whatever you need him to do, he's going to do it.
Brown covered defensively, tight by Miller. Jack does not want that guy to beat him. Durham on the rebound. He's got a handle on it. Two-handed pass down over to Dole on that corner. There's a pick from Miller. And Treptow.
Nice job by Treptow. Kind of ran into
Braden
or Dahl. Brevin, man. Brevin, Dahl.
Take him to 7 total, and East Marshall will respond.
New Roth with the floater. Jack Miller just burns right by the defense. Pretty jumper.
32 total now for him. 7 points already this quarter for East Marshall.
Kick.
Off the foot of Reefy.
I think that was actually Treptow that kicked that.
Okay.
It was kind of a weird perspective there. I thought the same at first. And
Durham will come out. Miller, Yexley, Treptow, Dahl, Chisel.
Leland Hamilton Youngbird back into the game.
We're on a running clock now with the way the margin is.
He joins Brown, Neuroth, Anderson, and Arifi.
Arifi gets underneath Treptow, finds the hoop, takes him to 7.
I'm sorry, that's Jacobson. That I don't believe Anderson's in the game.
Missed 3 from Miller. Back the other way. Jack coming towards that sideline. Hot and heavy.
Got travel coming through the lane
in there
yeah.
from Hamilton Youngbird. Slowing it down a little bit, approaching the 60-second mark. No look to Yexley. He's going to take a 10-footer, no good off the rim.
Arifi wisely takes it out, sets things up.
There's Neuroth. Gets the basket and goes to the free throw line. Was that against Dahl or Treptow in there?
I think they got Dahl on that one, I believe.
That'll be the 4th team foul.
Neuroth kind of put his head down and bulldozed in there, drew the foul.
It is the 3rd one against Brevin Dahl. One of the 3 seniors on this team with Durham and Yexley.
Turnover by the Jayhawks. Give the Wildcat or Mustangs an opportunity to put some points on the board, and then quickly back the other way. Yexley with the nice basket underneath.
Every player has scored that's been in the game for the Jayhawks.
Neuroth no good. Jack
Some
Miller
tired
back
legs
the other.
out there. Just keep fighting through. Yeah, you look at this this upcoming schedule as we close out the 3rd period, 70-28, and that was a 20-14 run for these teams. But Jesup beat Old Line 69-45 back in January. You'll face them again on Friday night. Got AP, who's number 2 in the state, lost to them by 30 back in early December. Got Union on that schedule. That'll be the first, actually the 2nd visit with them. They beat them 57-48, and trying to build up that record here in the Nickel East. So, you know, this is a conversation we always have of, do you keep running your horses just as you wanted to carry forward because they got some key games coming, keep that intensity up?
Yeah.
Or do you run the risk of something happening you don't want to happen
Yeah, I
on
mean,
the floor?
I think we've Coach Smines is right or wrong. He typically runs his starters longer than maybe some others. I don't hate it. I think it's pretty obvious that you could probably sub in at this point. We've got a running clock, 70-28, but it is what it is. Talking about games moving forward, I was thinking about that AP game. We don't match up well with AP. Their personnel and our personnel are just, they got a lot of size. Plus, they have speed, and they're a good team. But I would like to think that we can, come closer than that 30-point margin we saw the first time around.
(73-28). Kick it out, right side. Pushing the lane there, Hungerford. Maybe a misstep. They'll keep it. Until then, there's a whistle. 3 seconds in the paint.
Brown back into the game for the Mustangs.
I would imagine Merrick Sly will be one of the first ones we see off the bench, just like we saw Saturday over at AGWSR. Miller between the legs finds a gap and sees a whistle.
That was a nice dump off to Yexley after the whistle, but I believe that was going to result in 2 points if allowed to continue. Brevendal to inbounds for the Jayhawks underneath. Jack Miller with the jumper, in and out.
6:17 to go. Treptow coming in. Here's Merrick Sly. He'll get the nod. Dish off from Yexley right there for that board. No look, Shizzle. Looked at a three, stopped for a minute, good, came back with
good hesitation, gets himself set. Oh, we're good.
Take him to 17. Jack Miller will sit down. Brevin Dole will have a seat.
Sly, and as you stated, Sly into the game for the Jayhawks as well as Treptow. Eric Sly, or Madden Sly, apologies, a junior for the Jayhawks.
6'2". I called him Merrick too. Madden is what I wanted to say. Merrick, the brother, graduated last year.
Yeah.
On that heavy senior-laden team. Went to state tournament. Durham, little push into Yaxley, can't get a handle on it, gets it back to Durham. Shizzle for another three attempt.
That came out of Shizzle's hand a little funny.
Out of reach of East Marshall. Newroth sees an opening in the paint, rolls around, no good. There's Yaxley on the board.
I tell you, the Wild Mustangs, why do I keep wanting to call them Wildcats? The Mustangs have had a number of nice looks tonight and had some just roll around and out. Can't catch a break.
Here comes Nathan Pint, sophomore.
Shizzle's going to take a seat. Brown with the jumper in the lane. So Treptow taking over point guard duties for the Jayhawks.
There's Durham. Pike tried to get it. Yaxley finds a handle and backtracking is Treptow. 4 minutes on the running clock to go in the game.
Yeah, get that board, fellas. Brown with the nifty move.
Take him to 7, or actually take him to 9. 10 less than his average.
Pint with the three.
Pine had to make sure the student section knew he hit that.
And Carter Anderson says, well, I can do that too.
3:30. Durham fights in. Yaxley off the box.
Pretty pass by Durham. 81-34, 3.5 to go.
Yeah, you get some of these younger guys in here. You're seeing some height. Nathan Pine at 6'3", Madden Sly at 6'2". Stacked in there with Jacob Yaxley at 6'6".
You've got Paxton McCone and Tyler Nolan set to check in for the Jayhawks, likely going to replace Treptow and Durham, if I had to guess.
Pine on the coverage there. He'll get called with a foul. .250 to play in the game. Bringing a sophomore to junior. Bring off two starters in Treptow and Durham. Brown gets around. Jesup can't pull down that rebound, and Brown gets another chance at it. Take him to 11. A little double dribble from Paxton.
Nick Moore sophomore for the Jayhawks. He's going to come in and replace Yexley. So we've got we've seen just about everybody so far.
Caleb Grant in for the Mustangs. Deep three attempt from Denham. Nick Moore running the point. Off to Pint. Tyler Nolan. They got some playing time over the weekend over at AGWSR. Varsity game. Tyler Nolan.
No good. Close. Stop ball. Nick Moore, I think. No, they're going to call it travel.
See Oshner come in. Brendan Oshner, sophomore, and I think he's cleared the bench.
Hamilton Youngbird back in for the Mustangs. And Zach Beenham, a sophomore, 5'10" sophomore forward for the Mustangs, checking in.
Last 60 seconds.
This game a little quicker than the girls' game. Got a carry. So back to the Jayhawks with 40 seconds to go here.
Paxton across the timeline. Shot up.
There you go. Brennan Oshner.
Big old smile on his face.
The 3 ball.
I was commenting the other day, that sophomore class is the least amount of boys, I think, in the high school, and
Yeah.
got the most amount of boys on this boys basketball team.
Yep.
Across the board from freshman to JV to varsity. 84-36 is our final. Leading scorer, 34 points. Jack Miller, followed up by Cale Shizzle, 17 points. Leading scorer for the visitors. Actually 12 points for New Roth. Brown had 11. Jesup will move on to a record of 10-5 overall. And the Mustangs from East Marshall go to 4-11 overall. We're looking into where they go next. We've been talking about that. But the Mustangs will host Hudson coming up on Friday. Jesup travels to Olwine and then has AP on Monday and are at Union on Tuesday before rounding out the boy-girl doubleheader season at home with Wapsie Valley on February the 3rd. Luke, any final comments?
It's not the game I expected, but it's the game I wanted. Jesup took care of business early and left no doubt in anybody's mind who's going to come out on top there. Props to the Mustangs. I mean, they played hard. They got a lot of quick kids on that team. Couldn't get the shots to fall tonight, but great win for the Jayhawks.
You can watch this game again on replay and other games on our Jayhawk Sports Network YouTube channel, as well as on our Facebook page. For Luke Baldwin, on-site producer Anthony Baugh and Eric Clark on camera tonight, I'm Nate Clayburgh. Final score, boys win 84-36, girls with a victory, 70-35, Jesup over East Marshall. This is the Jayhawk Sports Network from Heartland Technology. Music courtesy of bensound.com. Go Jayhawks, and good night.